Hi everyone, here we are talking about another metric which can be used for faster calculation. Let's talk about the number which ends with 5. So suppose if we have to take a square, how we can do that in our mind without using a calculator. So suppose if I have 35 and I want to square it, then in that case what I have to do is write 25 in the end and then take 3, which is the first digit, and multiply it with its increment. So 3 plus 1 is 4 and 4 into 3 is 12. So the answer is 1225. So another example, if I have 65 square, in that case I have to write 25 and then I'll take 6. So multiply 6 by 6 plus 1, that will be equal to 7. 7 into 6 is 42. So the answer is 4225. So how this trick works, so let's look into that. So suppose we have any number which ends with 5, so that number can be written as 10 into x plus 5. So here suppose if x is equal to 3, then this number will be equal to 35, right? So suppose if we have 10x plus 5 and we want to do a square of it, if we do a square of it, that will be equal to 100 x square plus 100x plus 25. So if we solve this, that will be equal to 100 into x plus 1 plus 25. So as you can see that we are taking the first digit and we adding a number into it, multiplying it by 100 and then adding a 25. So here if we have x is equal to 3, so if x is equal to 3, then we'll get 3 into 4 into 100 plus 25. So that will give me again 1200 plus 25. So we'll get 1225. So this is how this trick works. So basically we are adding the first digit by 1, multiplying it with the first digit, putting it 100, multiplying by 100 and then adding 25 in the end. So another example, if I have 85 square and I want to multiply, I want to do a square, so that will be equal to 25 and we'll do 8 into 9, that's equal to 72. So answer is 7225. So this is how this trick works. I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about another metric which can be used for faster calculation. Here we are dividing a number by 5. So suppose if I have 32 and I want to divide it by 5. So if you look at it, it looks little complicated, but an easy way to do this is doing this: 32 into 2 divided by 10. So that will be equal to 64 and then a decimal, so it's 6.4. So all you have to do is take a double of numerator and then put a decimal there. So another example is suppose if I have 16, I want to divide by 5. So the answer is 2 times 16 is 32 and then put a decimal here. So that's your answer. Again, if I have 104 now to divide by 5, so what would be the answer? 2 times 104 is 208, then a decimal here. That's your answer. Again, if I have to divide by 25, so suppose if I have 16 and want to divide by 25, so how will I go about this? In that case, I can write it as 16 into 10 into 2 into 2 divided by 100, right? So here what's double of 16 is 32, and then 32 double is 64, so the answer is 0.64. Again, if I have 4 divided by 25, so that will be equal to 4 into double of 4 is 8 and double of 8 is 16.16. Again, another example is if I have 44 to divide by 25, so 44 into 4, that's what we have to do. So 44 into 2 is 88, and 88 into 2, that will be equal to 176. So answer will be equal to 1.76. Another example will be to divide by 125. So if I have 4 and I want to divide by 125, so how will I do that? In that case, that will be equal to 4 into 2 into 2 into 2 divided by 1000. So 4 into 8 is 32, so we have 32 and we put a 0 here, so that's our answer. Again, if I have 20 and want to divide by 125, so 2 into 8 is 16, so add 16 here, and then I have one more 0 here, but then I can do this, so this will be my answer. So I hope this trick helped, and I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. For example, suppose if I have to multiply 48 and 52, so how will I do that? So if you look at it carefully, this number are symmetrical around 50, so this can be written as 50 minus 2 square into, no, not square, 50 minus 2 and 50 plus 2, so that will be equal to 50 square minus 2 square, so the answer will be equal to 2496, right? Same way, suppose if I have to do 79 into 81, so the answer will be equal to 80 square minus 1 square, so this will be equal to 6399. Suppose if we have to do it against like suppose 15 into 17, so in that case it will be equal to 16 square minus 1 square, that's equal to 255. Another example is 95 into 105. Here it will be equal to 100 square minus 5 square, so that gives me 9975. So this is how you can use this trick for faster calculation, which for the numbers which seems difficult in the beginning, but if you remember this trick, this can be done very quickly. Okay, I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. For example, if we have to multiply 64 and 5, so another way to write this same number is by 64 into 10 by 2, and a lot of time we cannot think of that for the calculation. So in that case it is very easy. Half of 64 is 32, so the answer is 32 and a 0, so it's 320. Again, if I have to multiply 78 by 5, so the answer will be equal to half of 78, which is 39, and then a 0, so that's 390. Again, if I have 128 and want to multiply by 5, that will be equal to 64 and a 0, and that's your answer. Another trick is to multiply by 25. So if I have to multiply 64 by 25, then we can write this as 64 into 10 by 2 into 10 by 2. So we have to take half of 64 two times. So in that case, half of 64 is 32, half of 32 is 16. The answer is 1600. Again, if I have 128 and want to multiply by 25, in that case it will be equal to half of 128 64, and half of 64 is 32. It's 3200. Again, let's go to one more trick. If we have to multiply by 125, so how do I multiply by 125? So I'll take example. So 128, I want to multiply by 125, then that can be written as 128 into 10 by 2 into 10 by 2 into 10 by 2. So we have to divide 28 by 2 3 times, or we can divide it by 8. So if we divide 128 by 2, that is 64, and half of 64 is 32, and half 32 is 16. So the answer will be equal to 1600 and one more 0. So this trick may not be very convenient a lot of times, because dividing something by 8 is not very easy sometimes, but it could be handy at certain times. Now let's do another thing. If we have to multiply 120 by 15, so how will I do that? In that case, what I'll do is I'll take half of 20. Half of 20 is 60, and then I'll add that into 120. So this is equal to 120 by 2, right? So here that will be equal to 180. Then I put one more 0 in the end. So that's my answer. So again, if I have 180 to multiply by 15, that will be equal to half of 80 is 90 plus 180. So 18 and 9, that's equal to 27. Two zeros in the end. So that's our answer. So I hope this trick helped, and I'll see you in the next trick. Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about some quick math tricks which can be used for faster calculation without using a calculator. So first we will start with the number which are close to 50, and if you want to take a square of that numbers. So for example, if we have 48 square, so how will we calculate this number? So if you look at 48, it is close to 50, so it is 50 minus 2 square, right? So in this case what we'll do is we'll subtract 2 from 25, and then we'll do 2 square. So the answer will be equal to 2304. Another way, another example is like 46 square. In this case we'll subtract 4 from 25 and do 4 square. So the answer will be equal to 2104 or 2116. Let's take another example. If I have 53 square, then in this case it will be 25 plus 3 and then 3 square. So the answer will be equal to 2809. How this trick works, so let's look on the left side. So if we have something close to 50, it can be written as 50 plus x square, and 50 plus x square can be written as 2500 plus 100x plus x square, or that will be equal to 25 plus x into 100 plus x square. So now as you can see that if x is equal to 3, then what I'm doing is I'm adding 25 plus 3, right, and then I am adding 3 square. So the answer is equal to 2809. So this is how this trick works. It's based on a plus b whole square. I hope this trick helps. I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone, here we are talking about another metric for faster calculation. So if we want to subtract any number from 1000, how we can do that very quickly in our mind without using a calculator. So suppose if I have 1000 and I want to subtract 231 from it. So how will I do that? So in that case, what I'll do is first I'll take the first number and I subtract it from 10. So 10 minus 1 is 9. Then I'll take the second number and I subtract it from 9. That will be 6. And then I'll take the third number and I also subtract it from 9, equal to 7. So my answer will be equal to 769. Again, if I have 1000 minus 646, in that case I'll take the 6. 10 minus 6 is 4, then I'll take the 4. So 9 minus 4 is equal to 5, and then I take the 6. So 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. So the answer is 354. So this method can be very helpful if we are in the exam or day-to-day calculation. So same thing can be done for larger numbers. So suppose if I have 1, 2, 3 and 4 and want to subtract 2, 3, 3, 1 from it. So in that case what I'll do is first I take the 1. So 10 minus 1 is equal to 9, and I take the 3. So 3, so that will be 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. Then I'll take the next 3. So 9 minus 3 is equal to 6, and then I'll take the 2. So 9 minus 2 is equal to 7. So answer will be equal to 7669. So we can do the same thing for much larger numbers, but here is the approach, and I hope this trick helped. I'll see you in the next trick. Thank you. Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about another metric which can be used for faster calculation. So suppose if we have a large number and we want to find out whether this number will be evenly distributed by either 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 or 11. So how will we find it that? So let me begin with the example. So suppose if I have number 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 2 and want to find out whether this number is divisible by 2. So let's say 2. So for this test it is very easy. So if we have last digit, so we have to look at the last digit, and if it's even, then yes, and if it's odd, then we'll say no. So here we can see that the last digit is 2, so it should be divisible by 2 because it's a even number in the end. Now let's talk about division by 3. So if I have 1 2 4 5 6 2 again, and I'm looking whether it's divisible by 3 or not. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll add all these numbers together. So I'll say 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2. So that will give me 3 plus 4 7, 7 plus 11 18 plus 2 20. So as you can see, 20 is not divisible by 3, so it is not a divisible of 3. So the 20 is not of 3. So that's why this number will not be evenly divided by 3. So it cannot be evenly divided by 3. So what should be the number if it has to be divided by 3? So what would have happened is that instead of 2, if you make it 3, so 1 2 4 5 6, and we write 3 in the end, then in that case this sum will become 21. So that number should be divisible by 3. Or we can increase any other number. We can say 2 2 4 5 6 2. That should also be divisible by 3. Or we can say 2 and increase 1 in each of these 3 and say 3 5 6 6 2. So this should also be divisible by 3. So what I'm doing is I'm making a modification by just changing the number enough so that the sum will remain the divisible by 3 will be divisible by 3. So in that case the whole number should be divisible by 3. So that's how this trick works. Now let's talk about 4. So if I have 1 2 3 4, the number was 1 2 3, sorry, the number was 1 2 4 5 6 2, and whether it is divisible by 4 or not. So in that case, what I have to do, I have to look at the last 2 digit. So R is the last 2 digit are evenly divided by 4. So 62, if we try to divide 62 by 4, then that will be something I'll get 1, and then I have 22 left. So that is not evenly divided by 4. So this number is not cannot be evenly divided by 4. So how can I modify this number? If I add 2 more in the end, so I'll make 1 2 4 5 6 and make 4 here, then this number should be evenly divided by 4. And I can modify this number anyway. I can write 4 3 2 1 6 4, then again it is divisible by 4. Or I can write anything, x x x x and 64, then this number should also be divisible by 4. So I have to look for the last 2 digit to check if the number is divisible by 4 or not. In this case it is not. Now let's write the number again. So 1 2 4 5 6 2. Is this number divisible by 5? No, because for 5 it to be divisible by 5, the last digit should be either 5 or 0. So if it's not, in this case it's not, so it is not divisible by 5. So if I would have 1 2 4 5 6 5, then it would be, or if I would have 1 2 4 5 6 0, then it would be, but not in this case. So we know this now. Now let's talk about divisibility by 6. So I have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 2. So is this number divisible by uh, by 6? So to check that, we know that 6 is a multiplication of 2 and 3. So we have to run the test for 2, and then we have to run the test for 3. Because this is an even number, we know that it is divisible by 2. So this is okay. But we did the test before and we find out that the sum, if I go back here, the sum was 20. So if I add all these numbers together, the sum was 20. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2 was 20, and 20 is not a divisible of 3. So this is not a divisible of 3. So that's why this number should not be evenly divided by 6. But how can we modify this? We can modify this by adding one more number. So if I add one more number here, then it will become 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3. But now this number would be like this. So it will be 2 into 3. It is divisible by 3 but not by 2. So still if we talk about 6, it will not be divisible by 6. Another modification we can make is add another 3 here. So if I add 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 6, then this is both even, and the sum will be still divisible by 3. So we'll have 2 into 3. It passes the test both for 2 and 3. So therefore it should be divisible by 6. So that's how we do the test for divisibility by 6. Now let's go for 8. So now we have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, and we want to find out whether this number is divisible by 8. So in that case, we'll take the last 3 digits and see if 5, 6, 2 is divisible by 8. So if we divide it by 8, then this will give me so from this I can see that 7 and then something which is not divisible by 8. So this number is not divisible by 8. So this whole number should not be divisible by 8. How can I make it divisible by 8? By making these 3 digits divisible by 8. So if I have 5, 6, 8, that can be divided by 8. So we'll get 71. So therefore if I change this number to 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, then this number would be divisible by 8. So then in that case it will work. Now let's talk about the divisibility by 11. So if I have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, and I want to find out whether this number is divisible by 11. So what I'll do is I'll take the alternative number. So 1, this number, and this number. So I'll take this, this, and this, and then I'll take this number, and this number, and I add them together. So I'll say 1 plus 4 plus 6, that's 11, and then 2 plus 5 plus 2, that's 9. So if I subtract 11 from 9, that gives me 2, and 2 is not a divisible of 11. So this number should not be divisible of 11. So I hope this tricks will help you with your exams or day-to-day calculation, and I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone, here we are talking about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. So suppose if we have a large number 2, 3, 1, 4, and we want to divide it by 9, and we want to know that what would be the remainder after we divide it by 9. So how will we find the remainder? So in that case what we will do is we'll add all these 4 4 digits together. So 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4, that will give me 5 plus 1 6 plus 4 10. So if you look at 10, 10 is, if you divide 10 by 9, you will get 1 as a remainder. So your remainder would be 1 in that case. Another example is 2 1 6 4 3 2 1. So that you can see it's a very large number, and what will happen if you divide it by 9? So in that case, 2 plus 1 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 10 is 13, 13 plus 6 is 19. So we have 19 divided by 9. So what we'll get here is 9. If you divide 19 by 9, I'll get a remainder of 1. So again, if you divide this number by 9, your remainder will be 1. Another thing you can also do is add 9 plus 1, that will give you 10, and then add 1 plus 0, that will give you 1. So your remainder will be 1. Another example, if we have a now much easier example, if I have 73 and I want to divide by 9. So we know that 7 plus 3 is equal to 10, and if I divide it by 9, my remainder will be equal to 1. Again, if I have 67 and I want to divide by 9, in that case 6 plus 7 is equal to 13, and again 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So the remainder is 4. Another way is look at the divided 13 by 9. In that case you will also get 4. So your remainder, if you divide by 67 by 9, the remainder should be 4. So I hope this trick will help, and I'll see you in the next trick. Thank you. Hi everyone, here we are talking about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. Let's talk about the number which ends with 5. So suppose if we have to take a square, how we can do that in our mind without using a calculator. So suppose if I have 35 and I want to square it, then in that case what I have to do is write 25 in the end, and then take 3, which is the first digit, and multiply it with its increment. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 into 3 is 12. So the answer is 1225. So another example, if I have 65 square, in that case I have to write 25, and then I'll take 6. So multiply 6 by 6 plus 1, that will be equal to 7. 7 into 6 is 42. So the answer is 4225. So how this trick works, so let's look into that. So suppose we have any number which ends with 5. So that number can be written as 10 into x plus 5. So here suppose if x is equal to 3, then this number will be equal to 35, right? So suppose if we have 10x plus 5 and we want to do a square of it, if we do a square of it, that will be equal to 100 x square plus 100x plus 25. So if we solve this, that will be equal to 100 into x plus 1 plus 25. So as you can see that we are taking the first digit and we adding a number into it, multiplying it by 100, and then adding a 25. So here if we have x is equal to 3, so if x is equal to 3, then we'll get 3 into 4 into 100 plus 25. So that will give me again 1200 plus 25. So we'll get 1 2 2 5. So this is how this trick works. So basically we are adding the first digit by 1, multiplying it with the first digit, putting it 100, multiplying by 100, and then adding 25 in the end. So another example, if I have 85 square and I want to multiply, I want to do a square, so that will be equal to 25, and we'll do 8 into 9, that's equal to 72. So answer is 7225. So this is how this trick works. I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about another metric which can be used for faster calculation. Here we are talking about adding number in series. So suppose if I have a number from 1 to 9, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 and 9, and we want to add all these numbers together. So I'll show you what's the approach is and how we develop a formula from that, and that can be applied everywhere to add number in series. So if we look here carefully, so what we'll get is that we can add this 1 into the 9 here, so we'll get a 10. Then we can add this number 2 into 8 here, so we'll get another 10. Then we can add 3 into 7 here, so we'll get another 10. Then we can add 4 into 6 here, so we get one more 10, and then we are left with a 5, which is a half of a 10, so it's a half of a 10, right? So so 10 divided by 2, you can say. So total we have a 4.5 into 10, so we have 4 tens and half of a 10, so that's 4.5 into 10. So again, if we look here, that will be equal to 9 divided by 2 into 10. So what's a 9 here? 9 here is the last digit, so we can write it. So suppose if I have to add 1 plus 2 until x, we can write this as x into x plus 1, which is 10 divided by 2. So we can use this formula for any kind of sequences. Suppose now if we have to add 1 plus 2 until 99, so the answer will be equal to 99 into 100 divided by 2. If I have to do the same thing for until 100, then I can do the same. So now suppose instead of 1, if the number starts from somewhere else, suppose if it starts from 11 and it goes until 19, so how will I do that? In that case, I'll first add 1 to 19, and then I'll subtract 1 to 10 from it. So how will I do that? So 1 to 19 will be equal to 19 into 20 divided by 2, and 1 to 10 will be equal to 10 into 11 divided by 2. So if I subtract both, so that will be equal to 19 into 20 divided by 2 minus 10 into 11 divided by 2. So that's how I can do the addition in sequence which do not start from 1. So for a general formula, that will be equal to, suppose if I have x and it goes until y, and I'm adding, so it goes like this. So in that case I can write this as y into y plus 1 divided by 2 minus, so here we have to be careful because this is x, so this will be equal to x into x minus 1, because we are adding until x minus 1 divided by 2. So that will be our answer if we have to add number in series. So I hope this trick works, will help you, and I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone, here we are talking about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. We'll multiply large numbers by 11, 12 or even 13 without using a calculator in the mind. So let me begin with the example. So suppose if I have 1, 2 and 3 and I want to multiply by 11. So how will I do this? So in that case what I'll do is first I'll just take the last terms, so I'll say 1 and then I'll say 3 here, and then I'll add 1 and 2 together. So if I add 1 and 2 together, that will be equal to 3, and then I'll add 2 and 3 together, that will be equal to 5. So my answer will be equal to 1353. Again, how did I do this? So my first digit is same as the first digit we have here. My second digit will be equal to 1 plus 2, which is first digit plus second digit. My third digit will be equal to second digit plus third digit, and the last will be equal to the last digit plus 0, because we have nothing else left. So that will be equal to 1, 3, 5, 3. So that's my answer, 1353. Again, how will I do the same for 12? So if I have 1, 2, 3 and I want to multiply by 12. So here what will I do is I'll first take the first digit. So first digit we have 1, so I'll just write a 1 here. Then we have another digit. So for this, to calculate the second digit of our answer, we'll take the first digit and multiply by 2 and then add 2 into it. So what I did here is I multiplied this by 2 and then I added 2 into it. So that will give me 2 into 1 is 2 plus 2, 4. Then for calculating the third digit of the answer, I'll do 2 into 2 plus 3, that will be equal to 7. So I multiply this by 2 and then I add it into the 3, so that will be equal to 7. And then for the last digit I'll take multiply the last digit by 2. So if I multiply this by 2, so 3 into 2 plus 0, so that will be equal to 6. So the answer will be equal to 1476. So basically I am multiplying each digit by 2 and then I'm adding the next digit into it. So let's go to another example and multiply by 13. So if I have 1, 2, 3 and I want to multiply by 13, in this case I'll do the same way. First digit will be equal to first digit, the second will be 1 into 3 plus 2, and third will be equal to 2 into 3 plus 3, and then on we have 3 into 3 plus 0. So if you look here, I multiplied all the numbers by 3. Here I multiplied all the numbers by 2, and here I did not do any multiplication because it was 1. So if I add these numbers, it will be 5, 9 and 9. So the answer will be equal to 1599. So that's how I'll multiply any number by 11, 12 or 13. So let's do another example. If I have 1, 2, 3, 1, I have to multiply by 11. So the first digit will be equal to 1, second will be equal to 1 plus 2, third will be equal to 2 plus 3, and fourth will be equal to 3 plus 1, and then we are left with the fifth, which is equal to 1. So the answer will be equal to 1 3 5 4 1. So answer is 1 3 5 4 1. Again, if I have 1 2 3 1 and I want to multiply by 12, here we have 1, then we have 1 into 2 plus 2, that's, then we have 2 into 2 plus 3, 3 into 2 plus 1, and 1 into 2. So that will give me 4. This will give me 7 7 2. So answer is 1 4 7 7 2. Again, if I have to multiply by 1 by 13, then the answer will be equal to 1 1 into 3 plus 2, 1 2 into 3 plus 3, 3 into 3 plus 1, and 1 into 3. So that will give me 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 3 into 2 is 6 plus 3 9, and if you look here, it will be 3 into 3 is 9 plus 1 10. So here we have 10, and here we'll have 3. So in this case we have to be careful because there is a carryover, so we have to write 3. Then here we'll write 0 because we have 10 here, so 1 will go to the 9. So 9 plus 1 is 10 again, so we'll have one more 0. It will go to the 5, so it will be 6, and then it's 1. So answer is 16003. So that will be our answer. So I hope this trick will be helpful, and I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. We'll have another metric which can be used for faster calculation. Here we are talking about multiplying two numbers which are less than 20. For example, if I have to multiply 12 and 13, in this case what I'll do is, first I'll say 2 plus 3, which is 5, and then I'll multiply 2 and 3, which is 6. The answer will be equal to 156. Again, if I have 13 and want to multiply by 12, no sorry, by 15, then in that case it will be equal to 3 plus 5, that is 8. So we'll write a 8 here, and 3 into 5, which is 15. So I have 5 1 and 1, so that will give me 195. Again, if I have 11 and I want to multiply by 14, then that will be equal to 1 plus 4, it's 5, and 1 into 4, that's equal to 4. Answer is 154. So how this trick works, so let's take a look into it. So if we have 10 plus x and then 10 plus y, so we are taking 10 as a base, and these numbers are close to 10. So in that case, if we solve this, it will be equal to 100 plus x plus y plus, so it will be 10 here, and then we have xy. So if we solve this, it will be equal to 10 plus xy plus y plus xy. So if x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3, you can see it will be equal to 10 into 0 plus 5 plus 2 into 3. So that will give me 15 and then 6. So it will go to the 10th place. That's how this trick works. However, sometimes it's very handy when we are doing faster calculation. So I'll see you in the next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone. In this video we'll talk about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. Here we are talking about multiplication by 6. So let's take an example. Suppose if I have 14 and I want to multiply it by 6. So how will I do this? First I'll take the last digit of the number to which we want to multiply by 6. So it's the last digit here is 4. So I'll just write a 4 here. And then what I'll do is I'll take half of this number. So half of this number is 7, and then I'll take this first digit and I add it to the 7, so that will be equal to 8. So my answer will be 84. Another example, if I have 4 and I want to multiply by 6, so in that case the last digit is 4, so I'll write 4 here, and then half of 4 is equal to 2. So, and because it's a 0 here, so if I add 0 it will still remain 2. The answer will be equal to 24. Let's do something more difficult. If I have to multiply 72 by 6, in that case the last digit is 2, so we'll write a 2 here, and then half of 72, so 72 divided by 2 is equal to 36, and then we'll add the first digit, so 36 plus 7 is equal to 43, so the answer will be 432. Again another example, if I have 64 I want to multiply by 6, in that case I'll take the last digit which is 4, and then 64 divided by 2 is equal to 32, and then I'll add 6 into it, that will give me 38. The answer is 384. So how did I get this trick? I just look at the table of 6 and I look into the patterns, and this is what I get, and this is only valid for even numbers. You cannot apply this trick for odd numbers. It's only valid for even numbers, but still this trick could be handy for some of the calculations you will have in the exams or your day-to-day life. So I hope this trick works. I'll see you in next trick. Thanks. Hi everyone. In this video we'll talk about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. Today we'll talk about how to square any 3-digit number without using a calculator. So let me begin with the example. So suppose if I have 206 and I want to square this number. So how will I do that? So in that case, first I'll look at the first digit, and I will take a square of digit. So the square of 2 is 4. So 2 square is 4. Then I'll take the last digit and I'll take a square of that digit. So square of 6 is 36, right? And now to get the middle numbers, what I'll do is I'll multiply 2 and 6, this 2 and 6, and then I'll multiply again with 2, and that will be 6 into 4, 24. So that will be the answer. Let me take another example. So suppose if I have 409 and I want to do a square. In that case 4 square is equal to 16, 9 square is equal to 81, and 4 into 9 into 2. So 9 into 8, that is 72. So the answer is 1672 81. So that's our answer. Now if we have something which is more bigger, or I will give you example of a carryover. So now suppose if I have 825 and I want to do a square of this number, so this will be little different. So here the approach will be same. So 8 square, so 8 square is 64, and then 25 square, 25 square is 625, right? So we'll write 25, and then we have to write a 6 here, because we can only use the 2 digits in the end. Now if we multiply 8, 25 and 2, that will be 400. So we can only write 2 zeros here, and I have to write a 4 here. Why? Because we can only take the 2 digits. So now if we add them together, then it will be 6, and 4 plus 4 is 8, 0, 6 plus 0 is 6, and 25. So that will be my answer. So if you practice, then you can always do this calculation without even writing it on the paper. Now how this trick works, so let's look into it. So any 3-digit number can be written as in the following form: 100 x plus y. So if x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 6, then it will be 306, right? Now if I need to square this number, so in that case it will be equal to 10,000 x square plus 200 xy plus y square. Now you can see that we have 4 zeros for x square, 2 zeros for 2xy, and no zeros for y square. So if we add them together, so it will look something like that: x square 0 0 0 0, right? And then we have 2xy 0 0. So this 2xy will go onto the next 2 digits here, right? And then we have y square, which will go here. So because there is a 0 here, so the y square can occupy this 2 digits in the end. So again, if I have x is equal to 9 and y is equal to 11, then you can see that 9 square is 81. So there is no limit for x square here, right? And then we have 2xy, so 2 into 9 into 11, so that will be equal to 18 into 11, and that will be equal to 198. So we'll have 198, and then we have y square, so 11 square is 121, so 21 and 1 here, right? So in that case the answer would be equal to 89921. So that's your answer. So I hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next math trick. Thank you. Hi everyone, in this video we'll talk about another math trick which can be used for faster calculation. Here we are talking about multiplying any number by 9 without using a calculator and even a pencil and paper. You can do this calculation in mind. So let me begin with the example. So suppose if I have 83 and I want to multiply this number by 9. So how will I do that without using a calculator? So in that case, first I'll take the last digit. So for last digit, I need to subtract the last digit from 10. So if I say 10 minus 3, so that will give me the last digit of my answer. So it should be 7 in the end. Now I'll take the first digit. So first digit is 8. I will take the increment of 8. So 8 plus 1 is equal to 9, and then I'll subtract 9 from 83. So 83 minus 9 is equal to 74. So answer will be equal to 74.7. So this is our answer. Let me try it again. So if I have 46 and I want to multiply this by 9, in that case 6 10 minus 6, that will be equal to 4, and then 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So 46 minus 5 is 41. So the answer is 414. Now let's try it faster for some other numbers. So suppose if I have 59 and I want to multiply by 9, in that case 9 minus 10 minus 9 is 1. So first is 1, and then 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 minus 9 is 3, so 53. So that will be my answer. So you can see that I can do the calculation very fast. Now this formula will also apply for very large numbers. So suppose if I have 1031 and I want to multiply by 9, right? So let's see. First I'll take the 1. So if I use this, so then 10 minus 1 is 9. So the first digit would be 9. Then I have 103. So 103 plus 1. So I'll take this and I add 1 into it. That will be 104. And then I have to subtract 1031 minus 104. So this could be a little tricky for some people, but if you look, it's not that hard. It's 927. So the answer will be equal to 927.9. So that is now. Hello everyone. In this video we'll talk about the rule of 72. This is a handy metric when it comes to exam or for day-to-day calculations. So let me start. So suppose if we have an investment of I and we want this investment to grow to 2I, so we want our investment to be double, and the interest rate in the market is equal to R, right? So we want to know how much time will it take for this investment to be 2 times, and there are certain ways to calculate this, but if you use this trick, the approximate time can be calculated very easily, and the time will be equal to 72 divided by R. So for example, if rate is 10, then time will be equal to 7.2 years. If rate is 20, then time will be equal to 3.6 years. So how this rule works, so let's try to solve this problem in a regular way. So in regular way, we have to say that we know that um, our suppose we have investment I, and we have interest rate 1 plus R, right? And so we invested for n years, so it will be T here. So that should be equal to 2I, right? So this is our initial investment, and then we have an interest rate every year, and this is compounded every year, so that will become 2I after a certain time, right? And we want to calculate what the time should be, right? So now if we solve this equation, then so I will be cancelled out by another I, so this will cancel out, and then we have 1 plus R to power T is equal to 2. So further, if you take log on both sides, so it will be T uh, log of 1 plus R is equal to log of 2, or T is equal to log of 2 divided by log of 1 plus r, right? So now if I go to Excel and try to solve this equation, so let me go to Excel, and so now suppose if we have r, and so it is, we start with 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the rate of interest. So right, and then we have time. So time should be equal to, as we calculated before, log of 2 divided by log of 1 plus 100, because this is in the percentage, right? So it says 35 years, right? So we can keep doing this, and we can also generate a table for all the r's and these numbers, right? So now if you look here, then if you multiply time with r, that will be equal to 2 into 35, so that is 70.0056. So this is very close to 72. So if you keep doing this, you will see that all the numbers are close to 72. So 70.3, 70.6, 71. So if we approximate the number to be 72, then all we need to do is, so if I use the same approach, so if I use our trick, then instead of using 70, I'll always 70.005, I will use always 72. So I keep using 72 for all these rates, and then I'll calculate the time. Time will be equal to 72 divided by rate. So now you can see that I get numbers which are very close to the actual time it should be. So it's so suppose here it is 11.89, but here I get 12. Here is 10.244, I get 10.28. So this is a good approximation. Instead of doing this complicated calculation, we can just get approximation using this trick. So I hope this video make sense to you and it's useful, and we'll come up with more tricks in more upcoming videos. Thank you. Hello everyone. In this video we'll talk about the rule of 70. So this math is very handy when it comes to exam or for day-to-day calculation. If you are an investor or you are work in a finance field, then this trick could be very handy for you. So what this trick is all about is, suppose if you have uh, uh, a money in your bank, which is I, and there is a inflation. So we always have inflation, and because of that the dollar value decreases. So if you keep this money with you and there is no interest rate coming on it, and how long will it take for your investment to become half, and you have a inflation rate that is equal to R. So inflation rate is equal to R, and you want to calculate how much time will it take, right? So your investment is becoming half because of the inflation, and the rate of inflation is R. So how much time for should it take for your investment to become half? So the simple trick to approximate the time will be, take the number 70 and divided by R. So for example, if you have inflation rate of 10%, then it will take 7 years for your money to become half of its value. And if inflation rate is 7%, then it will take you 10 years for your money to have half of its value. So how this trick was generated? So let's try to solve the same problem with a general approach, and the approach would be that we have an investment and we have an inflation, so we say 1 minus r, and the inflation is for time period t, so it's compounded every year, and that should be equal to uh, I divided by 2, right? So in that case, if we solve this equation, then the I would cancel out, and we will have uh, t log of 1 minus r is equal to minus log of 2, right? So in that case, it will be equal to um, t will be equal to minus log of 2 divided by log of 1 minus r, right? So instead of doing this complicated calculation, we can use this trick, but let's do this complicated calculation in Excel and see how did this trick was made. So let's go to the Excel, and suppose we have interest rate uh, which is not the interest rate, it's the inflation rate. So that's equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have different inflation rates, and this is our time. So time for investment for your money to become half, that will be equal to uh, minus log of rate divided by log of 1 minus r. So I'm dividing it by 100 because it's in percentage, and that's your time. So we can do the same thing, you can keep copying this formula until 15. So now if we calculate time into rate, that will be equal to 2 into time, so 68.6192. So this is very close to 70. So if we keep doing this for all the rates, we can see something is wrong here. Okay, I did something wrong. So this should not be log of rate, it's log of 2. So we have to do this, and now you can see that time is always equal to or very close to, time into r is very close to 70. So that's why we always use the rule of 70. We can also call it the rule of 68 or rule of 69, but this is all about the approximation. So now if we calculate this using the trick, so what should be the time using trick? So that should be equal to 70 divided by rate, that's 35 years. So you can see that originally we were calculating 34 years, but by using the trick it's 35 years, so it's very close approximation, and we can keep doing this for all the rates, and we can see that the numbers are very close to each other. So if we have 9.55 years here, we get approximately 10 years. So this is how the trick was made, and you can see that it do give you the approximate values for your when you trying to do this calculation. So I hope this trick makes sense to you and it's useful for you, and I'll see you again in the next videos. Thank you. Hello everyone, in this video we'll talk about the rule of 115. So this is a handy math trick when you are doing your exam, so you are doing day-to-day calculations. If you are a trader, you are in finance, or you are an investor, then this trick is very handy. So this trick will give you approximate value for your return time which will take for you to get a particular return.
suppose if you have investment of I and you want this investment to grow to 3I after certain time t, and the rate of interest right now, so rate is R. So by using this trick we can calculate how much time will it take, and the trick is simple. So the trick is that you take a number 115 and you divide it by R, and that will give you the time for investment to be 3 times. So for example, if interest rate is 10%, then time will be equal to 11.5 years. So this is the approximate time. If interest rates are 1%, then time would be equal to 115 years. So why this happens? So let's try to solve this problem with the um, journal approach. The journal approach is to have your investment, and we multiply this investment with the interest rate, and each year it is compounded, so we have raised to power t, and that should be equal to 3i, because we are looking for investment to grow 3 times. So in that case, your I will cancel out, and we're left with uh, 1 plus r raised to power t is equal to 3. So if we solve this equation, we can take log on both sides. So if we take log 1 plus r t is equal to log of 3. So t is equal to log of 3 divided by log of 1 plus r. So let's try to solve this equation in Excel. So if I go to Excel, I can say, suppose R is my rate, and we have the rate varies from 2, 3, 4, and our time will be equal to log of 3 divided by log of 1 plus rate, right? So this should be our time. So now we can keep extending this rate to suppose 13%, and we can calculate the time for investment to be 3 times for all this years. So that's how we get the time. So now if you multiply time with the rate, so that will be equal to time into rate. So this is equal to 110, which is very close to 115. So we can keep extending this, and you can see that all our numbers are very close to 115. So this is what we can, that's why we can approximate the time by just using 115 as a reference and dividing it by the rate. You can also do it with the 114, but somehow this trick got the name of 115. So let's try to see, but if we have used the trick, what should be the time? So the time using trick would be like this. So we have 115 divided by rate, so that's 57.5 years. So if you can keep extending it, it's like this. So if you compare anything, like for 6 years it says 18.85 years, but our trick says 19.16 years. So it is a good approximation. So this is very close, it's 111.52, and this is 11.5. So if you use this trick, we don't get the exact number, but we get the approximation for the time it should take, and that could be very handy when you are thinking about different investments, and you wanna get a quick sense or wanna get quick numbers in your mind. So I hope this video helps, and I'll try to make more videos, and we'll see you again. Thank you.
Today we will discuss few more math tricks which could be handy for day-to-day calculation at your work or at your school. So first math trick is about the rule of 72. So what is the rule of 72? So suppose if you want to double your investment and the rate of return is 10%. So suppose you are getting 10% annual return on your investment. So how long will it take for you to double your money? So all you need to do is divide 72 by 10, and that will be equal to 7.2 years. So this is just an approximation, because when you are talking to someone and you just want to get the approximate value, so this is a very good way. Obviously for accurate numbers you need to do calculations, but if you just want to give an approximation, then this is a very quick way to do this. So suppose if the rate of interest is 20%, then it will take you 72 divided by 20 is equal to 3.6 years to double your money. So this is approximately right. If you do the calculations, it is approximately right. So this is what we have, or what we call rule of 72. So the second metric is the rule of 115. So this rule is again same as we have rule of 72, but here we are talking about uh, tripling your money. So if you wanna invest and you have a 10% rate of interest, then in 115 divided by 10 is equal to 11.5 years it will take you to make your money three times. So if you invest $100, it will become $300 in 11.5 year if the rate of interest is 10%. And same way, if it's uh, more, if like it's 20%, then it would be 115 divided by 20, that is equal to 6.5 and no, 6.725 years. So this is a approximation you can do when you want to triple your investment. So then third we have is the rule of 70. So now what is the rule of 70? So suppose if we have inflation, so inflation means that everything is getting more expensive, and suppose you have money at your home which is not invested. So how much time will it take for your money to become half of its value? So suppose if you buy something for $100 today, then because everything is getting expensive every day, so eventually a time will come when that thing will be $200, but your money, because it's lying at home, will remain at $100 value. So your money become half of the value. So how long does it take for money to become half of the value? So that will be rule of 70. So suppose if you wanna see how long will it, so if the rate of inflation is 7%, so this is inflation, then it will take you 70 divided by 7 equal to 10 years for your money to become half. So money value is equal to half. So so you can do this in an accurate way by doing this 1.07 raised to power 10, and if you see, that will be approximately equal to uh, 0.5. So it takes around 10 years if the inflation is 7% for money to be half. And same way, if the inflation is 14%, then it will take you 70 divided by 14 is equal to 5 years. So this is what we have, or we call rule of 115. So these were the rules. Now another thing, suppose if you want to hire a person and you want to pay him annual salary, or otherwise you can, if you are interviewing for a position and they tell you that okay, we are paying you $50,000 a year, and you want to quickly approximate, okay, how much does it give me every hour. So the rule is very simple. All you need to do is divide it by 2000. So if you divide 50,000 by 2000, that will give you $25 per hour. So that will be your hourly salary. And how did I come up with this number? Because approximately there are 2000 hours per year. So because we take around 2 weeks of vacation, so or I'm just saying 2 weeks of vacation, but this if you add up the vacation, and it's approximately very close to 2000. But anyways, otherwise also a number of hours per year is approximately 2000 working hours. And so that is a quick way to get approximation of how much you are getting paid hourly. So same way, if you are getting 70,000 a year, that means you are getting 35 dollars per hour. So that's another quick calculation that you can do to get some approximation. Now we have another rule which is uh, about dividing. So this one is a little tricky, but you can always show it to your friends, and it does amaze a few people. It may not be very useful into day-to-day life, but let me show you. So if you want to divide something by 7, so let's do 1 by 7. So if you divide 1 divided by 7, that will be equal to 0.142857, right? So suppose, so you can see there are several numbers in this. So suppose if you want to divide it by 2 by 7, then all you need to do is instead of choosing 1, you take the second smallest number in this number. The second smallest number is 2. So all we do is, I say 0 and I say 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4. So I started my number from here. I went this side and then I put 4 here uh, and 1 also here. So I just move the sequence. So if you do it again, let's do it 3 by 7. So in this case, I'll look at the uh, third smallest number. So third smallest number is 4 in this case. So I'll start with 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. So that is the answer. So you can keep doing this for other numbers. So that's one of the trick which sometimes if you show to your friends or just show to your kids, it could be something which can amaze them. And finally, there is a one more trick, and that trick is about dividing. So for example, let's say if we have a number called uh, 636363, and we want to so this is a repeating decimal and we want to convert into the fraction. So all I need to do is I look at uh, this number 63. So 63 is the 2-digit number, so I'll put 63 divided by 99. I put 2 digit in the 2 nines in the bottom. And suppose if we have the same thing, 0.787 787, so all I need to do is write 787 divided by 3 nines in the decimal, in the denominator. and that will give me the fraction. So that's another quick way to get the fractions. So same way, suppose if we have 0.11111, so the answer is very easy, 1 divided by 9. So although this might be little helpful, as you can see, we do have lot of calculation. We do have 1 divided by 9, and that is a quick way to do the calculations or get approximation. So I hope this tutorial will help, and I'll see you next time. In this video, I will be sharing a small math trick which could be very handy when it comes to exam, or in the shopping center. If you are shopping and you need to do some calculation, you can use this trick. And this trick will allow you to divide any number by 5, 25 or 125 in few seconds without using any calculator. And you can also use this trick to impress your friends, or just to share with your kids, because that will do make them excited. So how the trick works: so for example, suppose I have a number uh, 16, and I want to divide it by 5. So usually if you try to divide this, you have to do some use some math, and it will can take you some time, and some people even like to use a calculator for it. However, if you use this trick, it's a easy way is, you just multiply 16 by 2, and that is equal to 32. So I write a 32 here, and then I put a decimal after one digit from the right. So that is my answer. So what I did is, I just doubled the number, and then I put a decimal after one decimal, after one digit on the right. Again the trick, suppose I have 32 and I want to divide it by 5. So in this case, the answer will be 32 into 2, that is equal to 64, right? So answer will be 64, and then I put a decimal after one digit, that is 6.4. My answer is 6.4. Again, if I have 61 and I want to divide by 5, so the answer will be 122, one decimal, and then that will give me 12.2. So that's pretty easy. So how I come with this trick, it's not a magic, it's just a simple trick. So suppose if I have 16 and I want to divide by 5, that is equal to 16 divided by 10 into 2. So what I'm doing here is, I'm multiplying by 2, and then I'm putting a decimal because I have a 10 in the denominator. So the answer is 32 divided by 10, that is equal to 3.2. So as you can see, the explanation is very simple, but most of the time we don't remember this relationship, and that's why we go with a longer calculation by actually dividing it by 5. So same trick can also be used to divide by 25. In this case, suppose if I have 16 and I want to divide by 25. So in this case, instead of multiplying by 2, I will multiply by 4. So 16 into 4 is equal to 64. So my answer will be equal to 64, and now I'll put a decimal after 2 digit from the right, so that will be equal to 0.64. That's my answer. Again, if I have uh, 41 and I want to divide by 25, in this case 41 into 4, that is equal to 164. So the answer will be equal to 1.64. So as you can see, this 41 by 25, most of the people would have to use calculator for this calculation, but we can do it just without uh, taking any time, just in the mind. Same way, if we have suppose 24 and I want to divide by 25, so 24 into 4, that's equal to 96. So my answer will be equal to 0.96. So again the trick is simplified as this. So if I have 16 and I want to divide by 25, that's equal to 16 into 4 divided by 100, and so I'm multiplying these two numbers and I'm dividing by 100, and that's why I put a decimal after two digits from the right. So it's equal to 64 divided by 100, and that's equal to 0.64. Again, this trick can also be used to divide by 125. This 125 may not be that much useful, but still it's a good exercise, and it's good to share with your friends. So suppose now I have to divide by 6. So I have 6 and I want to divide by 125. So let me put two zeros here so that it's more simple. And so I want to divide by 125, so I'll do it is, so I'll multiply 1600 by 8. Instead of 4, I multiply by 8 this time. So I multiply by 8 because 2 into 2 into 2 is equal to 8. So remember, so when we have to divide by 5, we just take 1 2, 25 we take 2 2s, and for other one we take 3 2s, right? So 1600 I multiply by 8. So what is 1600 into 8? It's easy. 16, we already know 16 into 4 is 64, so 16 into 8 is 128, and then we put two zeros in the end, and we divide by and we put a decimal after 3 digits, so the answer will be equal to 12.800. This may be a little complicated. Let me show you a simpler example. Suppose I have 11 and I want to divide by, not 11, like 11 and one more 0, and want to divide by 125. So the answer will be, multiply this by 8. So 11 0 into 8 is equal to 880. So the answer will be 880, and then I put a decimal here after 3 digits, so that will be equal to 0.88. So again, how I come with this trick is, I have 110 and I have 125, so that will be equal to 110 into 8 divided by 1000. So that's, in this case I'm just multiplying the number by 8 and then I'm dividing by 1000. So that's equal to 880 divided by 1000, that's equal to 0.880. Let's try it again. If I have suppose 100 and I want to divide by 125, so in this case it will be equal to 800 and a decimal after 3 digits, that's equal to 0.800. So that's our answer. So obviously you can go further and do the same thing for 250, but that will be almost equal to dividing by 25. So I hope this tricks help you. There is nothing new in this trick, it's just about realizing that there is another way to solve the same equation, and that could save you some time and also can make you faster when you are attending exam. So I hope it will help you, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hi everyone, in this tutorial I will show you how to multiply any number with 5, 25, 125 or 15 very quickly in your mind without using a calculator. So this approach is very handy when you go to a market or you are in exam and you want to do calculations very quickly, and if you practice you can remember all this calculations or all these concepts in your mind. So let's do the first multiply by 5. So in case of 5, suppose I have a number 22 and I want to multiply it by 5. So all I have to do is divide 22 by 2, that will be 11, and then put a 0 in the end. That will be my answer. Again, let's say I have 86 and I want to multiply it by 5. So all I will do is 86 divided by 2, so that is equal to 43, and then put 0 in the end, so that will be 430. So this is the concept. The concept is very easy. So 5 is equal to 10 divided by 2. So in a way, if I multiply 86 by 5, that is equal to 86 into 10 divided by 2. So that will be equal to 43 into 10 is equal to 430. So as you can see, this is nothing new, and most of people already know this, but we don't remember this concepts when we are doing some calculations in the exam or in the market. So it's very handy if you remember this kind of concepts. Now let's go to 25. If I have to multiply any number by 25, so we know that 25 is equal to 5 into 5. So instead of dividing by 2, we will divide by 4. So now suppose I have 88 and I want to multiply it by 25. So in this case, I will divide 88 by 4. So divide by 4. So that will be equal to 22, and then I put 20 in the end. So that is my answer. Again, if I have to multiply 64 by 25, so that will be equal to 16, because 64 divided by 4 is equal to 16. So we have 1600 as answer. So now let's say I have to multiply any number by 125. So we know that 125 is 5 into 5 into 5. So instead of dividing by 4, we can divide by 8. So now let's take example, like if I have 80. So I'm using 80 because it's easier to divide by 8. So if I multiply it by 125, so that will be equal to 80 divided by 8 is 10, and then 30 in the end, 1 2 3. So that is my answer. So again, let's take another example. If I have 64, so as we know that 8 into 8 is 64. So in this case, if I multiply by 125, that will be equal to 8, because we divided 64 by 8 and then put 30 in the end. So it will be 8000. And let's take another example, 128 by 125. So in this case, we know that 128 divided by 8 is 16, and then we put 30 in the end. So that is our answer. So now let's go to multiplication by 15. So in case of 15, this is a little different. So suppose we have 64 and want to multiply it by 15. So in this case, what I will do is I will take 64 and then I will add 64 divided by 2 to it, and then multiply by 10. So that will be equal to 64 plus 32 into 10, and that's equal to 960, right? So let's do it quickly. Suppose if I have 44 and want to multiply by 15, so I know that 44 half of 44 is 22, so that will be equal to 66, and then a 0, so that will be 660. Suppose if I want to multiply 22 by 15, so that will be equal to 330. And if you want to multiply 66 by 15, that will be equal to 99 and 0. So as you can see, I'm using a simple numbers, but you can always go to complicated numbers and do same kind of